right, first and fucking foremost, I feel like shit today. I've had to take my vitamins. I've taken B12 and D3. I got my blood test results back this week, and she called me on the phone. She was like, I'll call you in a week, but we have found something to do with your bone profile. And I thought, well, what the fuck is that then? What the fuck is that then? I'd rather you fucking tell me right now. Tell me explicitly right now, Janet. She said, well, it's raised, but it's nothing to be of concern of right now. But it does seem to be that you might be potentially vitamin D deficient. Potentially it might be, Janet, isn't enough for me. I need to know exactly explicitly what it is that's wrong with me. Do I have vitamin D deficiency or not? You know, I'd rather you fucking know. This health anxiety is raising the bar right now. I've been waiting 2 weeks for this result, and now you're telling me it could be, but it could not be. It could be something completely fucking different. Could be something to do with my bones. Anyway, so I've been taking vitamin D today, and yeah, it's probably lack of sunlight, probably lack of D in every sense. So I think that's to do with sadness as well, but I've taken B12 because it's good for the mental health, apparently. And I use the brand Zuki, and they're absolutely amazing. I love them. I use them for magnesium as well. Anyway, so I'm hoping that will make me feel better in the next fucking working few days, but we'll see. The last couple days is why I want to get into this, is because I've been feeling like shit. I've been genuinely feeling like dog ass that doesn't wipe his bum, that's scooting across the floor. Like, I genuinely just feel like every day is a drag. So that's what I've kind of been doing, just surviving, really. As you all know, I do social media on TikTok. I say that like I'm an old fart. I've been doing TikTok a lot recently, more than the pod, which I'm so sorry, guys. I've abandoned you, I feel like. But hear me out, it's for a good cause. It's for a good cause. It just means that everything else is going to be leveled up if my TikTok can be leveled up. You hear me? You hear what I'm saying? You hear what I'm saying? Anyway, on a real note, I do feel fucking sad. I do feel depressed at the moment. And obviously, mental health, I feel like, is always there. I can have good days, I can have bad days. And I've had quite a few good days recently, you know, got a job. The sun's been out. That's about it. But yeah, I think that's kind of helped me. But I do feel useless, and this is what I want to talk about. What if plan A doesn't work? Plan A has to work. If plan A doesn't fucking work, I'd rather fucking die. I'd rather off myself if plan A doesn't work, quite fucking frankly. I don't know if it's because I don't think neurotypically or what, but if this doesn't work, there is no other resource for me. Like, I don't know how to describe it, because I'll be talking to a neurotypical person who thinks like the average person, and it makes me feel fucking shit about myself. And I don't know why. I don't inherently think it's their fault. It's not, right? It's just because my brain processes shit a little bit differently. But I can't help but meet up with my friends. They seem to have their shit together. And I'm talking to them, and they're like, Kori, like, why it's so important that you have a plan B? Why didn't you have a plan B in the first fucking place? I'm like, well, mate, there is no fucking plan B. If I had a plan B, my plan A isn't exactly great, is it? But then my plan A's gone down the fucking shitter, so now I'm here with no plan B. You know what I'm saying? So if I consistently graft at plan A, surely it has to work. Surely to fucking God, because my life is on the line right now. My life is on the fucking line. My life is on the line if plan A doesn't work. Do you hear what I'm saying? I hope this is resonating somehow, because all my life I've been wanting to do this one particular thing, which is content creation. Obviously, with wanting to earn a living off of this comes with the views, because how else am I going to earn money? How else are brands going to see me? How else am I going to... I don't fucking know. Do you know what I'm saying? But the bottom line is I want to help people. I want to have friends online. Is that so fucking bad? Like, before this was even a thing, I wanted to do this. Anywho, I just feel like nowadays it's so fucking hard to do it. I just feel fucking useless. I really feel useless some days, because, don't get me wrong, I have a job. I'm employed. I work at a bar. I'm also a cleaner. I've got about 3 fucking jobs on the go. Like, it's not that I'm not working and I'm not doing anything. I also have my side hustle. Some people call it. It's not a fucking side hustle. It's a living. It's a living. I live and breathe content. I live and fucking breathe it. I just spent 3 years doing film degree because I was like, I want to do this on top of content and learn more about film, in-depth, cameras, behind the camera, being a producer, director, like the whole shit. I've always been creative. Anyway, my point being, plan A has to fucking work. There's no other way around it. And people call me crazy. People call me fucking crazy. And that's how I know I'm on the right track. Genuinely, that's how I know I'm on the right track. My parents don't fucking believe that what I'm doing is going to fucking work. Some of my friends, not all of my friends, but some of my friends are like, Kori, get a fucking 9 to 5. What are you doing? Get stability, get a salary. No, because I've had a 9 to 5, all my mental energy is going onto that. All my fucking mental capacity, the little that I have, is going towards a 9 to 5 working for someone else to build someone else's dreams. I'm not that type of fucking person. I can't be told what to do. Do you hear what I'm saying? If I was to walk into a 9 to 5, which I have done before, I'm not slating 9 to 5s, it just doesn't work for me. I can't sit in an office for fucking 8-9 hours straight and being told what to do when I probably know better than you. And I'm not saying that egotistically. I genuinely fucking know my shit. I know my shit. I pretend I don't know my shit half the time, because always let them expect nothing and over deliver. That's the fucking life hack here. So what I'm trying to say, I would probably resort to that if all else fails. But in my mind, I'm like, I'd rather, honestly, honest to God, I don't see the point in me being on this earth if I don't use my fucking gift. And I say this in the least ego fucking egotistical way. I don't even think it's egotistical. I want to get ego out the fucking picture for a second, because I am the last person that has a fucking ego. I'm the last person that has self-esteem. You look at someone that doesn't have self-esteem, you look straight at Kori, straight at me. Like, whatever. I let the numbers speak for itself, because I can't do it. I can't big myself up in a room full of people, you know what I'm saying? I can know more than a person, and I'll pretend that I don't because I'm too embarrassed to know more than the person, if that makes sense. Anyway, I feel like I don't think in a way that neurotypical people think, and it genuinely upsets me. Like, I genuinely get really frustrated, and I get really overwhelmed and overworked, and like I'm literally sat here I met my friend a couple days ago, love her, nothing wrong with what she said at all, but because I think slightly differently, I feel like some people don't get me. That's how I feel. I feel like some people just don't get me, and it's nothing to do with them, it's all to do with me, because I'm not exactly built the same, and it's not in the like way of like, oh, I'm a victim. Genuinely, I don't feel the fucking same, and it grinds my gears, because I'm having to work and turn the cogs 10 times harder to understand the bare minimum. I've said this before, I'll fucking say it again. I feel like my whole fucking life in school, all I've done is try and work extra hard just to get the bare minimum grades, just to understand what the fuck is going on in the House fucking Commons. I find it really difficult to gain success and call it success, because in my eyes, success isn't getting a job. Success isn't working for someone else. Success isn't doing the average daily shit. Because don't get me wrong, in an ideal world, I feel like I'd be so happy if I could just think normally and just think, oh, I'd love a 9 to 5, I'd love a routine, I'd love a salary, I'd love stability, I'd love a fucking stable home with a 2 up, 2 down, with a dog and a kid. But like, that's just not me. That's just not me. It just isn't. And I hate to admit it, but maybe I'm a little bit egotistic. I don't fucking know. I want the fattest fucking house that exists. I want the fattest fucking house. I want me, Pickles, a G-Wagon, a house, and stability. I want therapy. I want endless fucking therapy that I can pay for and not have to fucking worry, to be honest. So, anyway, I just feel like also anything can be taken away from anyone, is what I have to realise, because I feel like out of my friends, love my fucking friends, not slating anyone, but everyone around me seems to have their shit together and doesn't seem to have gone through a lot of shit, which makes me feel like the problem. And what I have to realise is they can grow up over time and go through shit and lose everything, but I've just done it early. So maybe I've just done it first, because I'm aware that literally anything can be taken away from absolutely anyone. One day you could be the owner of a big business. The next minute you could lose everything. You could lose all your clients. You could go into bankruptcy, liquidation. You could lose your kids. You could go through a divorce. But in turn, if you have nothing, the next day you could be the princess of the UK. Hear me out, let me land. I feel like life moves really quickly. Life can turn really quickly. So if it can get bad really quickly, it can get good really quickly. But remember, things that come fast never last. That's a great saying. Because I feel like anything that's come quickly in life, whether that's like a relationship or moving in with someone or whatever, like it's never lasted. It's never lasted. And if it has lasted, it's been shit. It's been fucking shit. Like, I've actually had to like cling on to every little bit of string left that I have for it to last. And it's the whole thing of like, if you believe in God, where it's like he'll do things in God's timing, and God's timing will make you wait for things. And I'm kind of in that mindset where it's like, I feel like I've just gone through one hurdle after the other and I've been slapped in the face by a brick. And like, it's difficult because every day I'm like, okay, well, when's the good thing gonna happen? Because I'm not fucking seeing it. Like, and people are like, well, Kori, look at what you do have. Look at the things you have achieved. Well, what I have achieved isn't enough. It's not enough. And what I have to realise is, Kori, the things you've just achieved, you wanted to achieve last month. You wanted to achieve that. You've achieved what you said you would. I literally have a board of the things I wanted to achieve that I've already fucking ticked off. Why can't I just sit for a second and realise, I've actually achieved this, this and this, and be happy with that? But then there's no growth in that. Like, when am I going to actually get better and better and better every day if I keep looking back at what I fucking achieved? I'm never going to achieve anything because I'm going to be too in the fucking celebration period. Like I said to myself, if I hit 100k, if I hit like 1 million, I'll celebrate. If I hit 100k, I'll celebrate. Anything in between, like nothing's gonna come with it. So and the thing is, if I was genuinely chasing the views, I would have given up 10 years ago. I would have given up years and years and years ago when I wanted to do content creation, genuinely. And it's nothing about the views. It's just about, if I want stability and to build something that's greater than me, that can help other people, I have to do this. I have to. There's no other way. So it's like the weight of wanting more is heavier than if I just wanted less. And sometimes I'm like, well, maybe if I just wanted less and just settled for the 9-to-5 life and like an average life, maybe I would feel happier. But then there'd always be that regret of like, well, I didn't do what I wanted to do. I didn't chase my dreams. I didn't actively want more for myself, because I do deserve more, whether I fucking believe that or not right now. I don't think I've ever believed that I deserve more, but I also equally do, because I'm like, I know my potential, it's just not reached yet. People don't fucking see my potential yet. Some people see me as a fucking dumb bitch that doesn't know anything. I'd actually prefer that. I actually prefer that, because you can think that all the fuck you want, but I know my fucking shit, quite frankly, so you can fuck off. Anyway, I feel like the minute things start working out, because they will, and if they don't, I'm in the grave, people will start to realise, and even then you can realise all you want. I don't even think they will quite realise. They'll just think, oh well, she just got lucky. I don't think there's a thing. I think there is a thing of luck, but no, there is such thing as luck. I won't lie, I think there is such thing as luck, because I do look at other people, I'm like, you're so lucky. But I also think everything comes back around to people. I do believe that. I think anything can be taken away from anyone, so don't ever look at anyone and think, oh my god, they're so lucky, they're so da-da-da-da, because in the same breath, the person that I'm having a coffee with that seems to have their life together, their life could not be together in a couple weeks. Hell, even tomorrow. We're not promised tomorrow. You could get hit by a bus tomorrow. You don't know. I'm trying to have this mindset anyway, because if I don't, I'll probably not be here. So there's that. Fighting forward even when it hurts. This is a very, very, very important one. It's like, you just have to keep going even though you feel like shit. There's been times where I genuinely, like, I feel like there's two ends of the spectrum with me. Is that either way, however I feel, I keep going. I keep going and I keep showing up and I keep posting and I keep putting the camera on and like going, hey, like, even if I feel like shit, I'll still do it. But there's two ends of the spectrum of how I feel. I'll be like on cloud 9, I'll be like, yes, like things are actually working out finally, or like I can actually see a vision. And then the next day I'll be on the floor like, there's no way on earth this is gonna work. Like, there's no fucking way this is gonna work. I feel genuinely depressed. Like, I start to spiral, because I'm like, this isn't gonna work. I'm gonna have to settle and get a 9-to-5 for the rest of my life and work for someone else, and like that I would rather pretty much die. Like, I would actually, for me personally, rather die, because I think growing up in school, having people telling me what to do, almost like belittling me. I feel belittled. I think it's generally probably only therapy for this. It's probably why I'm avoiding the 9-to-5, because growing up I never understood the bare minimum, because I'm dyslexic. I'm probably a little bit of other things in different areas, so I found it more difficult to understand things and process things. And I think the way I got taught, I was very belittled. And then I found myself getting in belittling relationships. I found belittling in like every single sense. I think my parents even fucking belittle me. Like, and that's not to say, oh, I'm the victim. That's just the way it's fucking been. And people go, well, why don't you have high self-esteem, Kori? Because like, you're good at what you do. Well, why the fuck do you think? Why the fuck do you think I've been in an environment where I've been led to believe that I can't do shit? Do you know what I mean? I literally said the other day, like, oh, I'm going to do a heels class. My mum was like, oh, well, you won't last past 1. Well, you could at least try and believe in me. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you hear it all the time where it's like, you need to believe in yourself to get somewhere. I think that's very much true. But I'm still doing shit, even though I don't believe in myself. I believe in something. I believe in a vision for myself. I don't believe in myself as a core, as a whole. So I think people that say you need to believe in yourself to get someone, that's fucking bullshit. You cannot believe in yourself. You can be the most low self-esteemed person in the whole fucking entirety of the UK. But you can also be the princess of the UK. You can also be the fucking Billie Eilish of the UK. And what people struggle to understand is, I think, even the greatest of the greats, they all have imposter syndrome. Every single fucking one of them. Like, I genuinely think some of the most talented people are the underdogs, are the people that don't believe in themselves. You say that you see it in school all the time. Did you ever see that shy person in school that was really shy, that didn't talk, but you saw them on a fucking stage and you didn't even recognise them? This is such a great actor. This is such a great actress. It fucking it happens all the fucking time. And this is, I'm speaking to the people that don't fucking believe in themselves. You have to just show up, whether your emotions are telling you otherwise. You just have to do, because results only happen through consistency, and through consistently showing up and doing the action, doing the fucking action. Whether you like it or not, you need to do the fucking action. Do you hear me out? Because today I filmed a TikTok. I thought, I don't want to fucking do this. I don't want to do this. But it still got me 70,000 more views than I wanted. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, sometimes the camera's not going to know. If you're a good actor, the camera's not going to fucking know how you feel. It doesn't give a fuck either. It's just a fucking digital device. But this digital device can get you fucking views and can get you money if you really fucking wanted, is what I struggled to understand for years and years and years. And I just let my overthinking brain talk for me for so long. And I was telling myself I was doing things and I wasn't doing them, if that makes sense. Like, I was telling myself, oh yeah, well, I know I'm going to have this dream house, and I know I'm going to live in LA, I know I'm going to have a G-Wagon, I'm already there. But it's like, what am I doing to get there, Kori? Nothing. I'm just thinking about it every single fucking day. But to be honest with you, thinking about it every single day helped me envision to the point where, okay, this is what I need to do to get there. But it just took me a little bit longer because I'm a slow fucking processor. I'm dyslexic as fuck. I don't think neurotypically. Like, it genuinely makes me sad and upset because I really, really struggle to understand things sometimes. And it took me years to understand that I don't understand things normally. And it took me to meet some very creative people, and it took me to be around the wrong people to learn that I don't think like you, that this is not my way of thinking. And it takes me a little bit of time to understand things, and it took me the wrong person to consistently belittle me and consistently tell me I was wrong to know that I was actually in fact right, but in my own way. Like, you have to understand that you are your own fucking person, and what you believe and what you feel is always right. You always have to trust your gut in every single situation. So in terms of what I want to achieve, it's like, I know I want to achieve this. I'm actually at a point now, for the first time ever, I'm not going to listen to anyone. I'm doing my own shit. I don't give a fuck what you think. I don't give a fuck if you think it's the wrong thing to do. I'm going to do this and it's going to fucking work. Because if it doesn't, I'm going to be in the grave. There's no other way. There is only fucking plan A. And I've said this in my relationships. I've said this in my friendships, and everyone that's ever known me. I have always said, there is only this that's going to work. And sometimes I've struggled to say it to some people than others, because I look at some people and I see their life together and it makes me feel bad about myself, and it makes me feel insecure about my life, because I start comparing, because it's like, okay, well, they have a 9 to 5, they have whatever, but it's like, no, only I feel like I understand the vision. And it's frustrating at times, because it's like, when you're not there, or when you're not even like almost there, it's hard for people to take you seriously. And it's like, because you take yourself so seriously, you're like, why is no one else taking me seriously? Why can't Johnny down the road see that I'm fucking serious about this shit? But when you stop seeking approval, that's when things start happening, because you're like, okay, well, fuck it. I don't give a fuck about your opinion. Like, I'm actually at a point where I'm like, I don't give a fuck if I offend you, quite fucking frankly, because I've spent too long people pleasing you over the years. And it's not even like I'm offending you because I'm offending you. I'm just doing my shit and not giving a fuck. But for me, it feels like I'm offending you because I'm actually almost offending myself, because my core belief is to want to help you and to want to help other people, but not myself. So the minute I actually do something for myself, I think I'm offending people. I'm not. I'm just doing me. Wow. Okay, one quote that I live by at the moment, because like some days are really hard, is like, people give up right before they're about to achieve everything they've ever wanted. And I think that's so real, because it's like, if you show up every day, you don't know what tomorrow holds. I've said this, literally anything can happen to anyone. You're one decision away from a completely different life. Like tomorrow something can happen and that can ripple effect in some other way. Like if one of my videos does really, really, really well, they'll look at all my other videos and be like, oh, okay, this is having a ripple effect. Like this person's actually quite funny. Or like they'll see my podcast and be like, oh, this person has a fucking podcast. Let's fucking binge watch that. Just remember, you're one decision away from a completely different life. And you're also, if you give up today, you could see the result tomorrow. Maybe not immediately, but you'll see something. You don't know. You never know. And that's something to remember. Anyway, I've been ranting for too long, but I hope you enjoyed. Make sure you're liked, subscribed, commenting. And if you're listening on Spotify, follow. Give me a rating. We love that. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed. And I will speak to you next week. Goodbye.